What's up, fellow film fanatic family? We are back with our last review for Mando.
Yes.
And I can tell you how I'm feeling right now.
Oh,
I
okay.
want more!
Okay.
Listen what I do here. You gotta...
So this episode took us right into the action.
Yeah.
Right? They immediately...
Which I love. Why waste time? We built up to this for basically 2 seasons.
Yeah, we're there. They're after Dr. Pershing. They need intel. We need to know where Moff Gideon is.
Yeah.
Right? They snatch him up immediately after. They recruit Bo-Katan. I do love the kind of friction that happened between Boba Fett and the Mandalorians.
Yeah. Like, you're a real Mandalorian. No, I am. No, you're not.
Yeah,
Does it matter? I'll still kill you either way. I've got Mandalorian weapons. We could talk about it all day. Or we could just fight it out.
Yeah, so that was great, but they come up with this scheme to get aboard Moff Gideon's Star Cruiser. So what we're gonna do, all right, we're gonna have you get on the ship that we just took over, and we're gonna pretend like we're chasing you, and they're gonna have no choice but to let you on board. And then when we get on board, all hell's gonna break loose.
And I'll tell you, and right up to that point, I never thought I needed to see what it looked like when a TIE fighter launches. But seeing the POV of the launching one TIE fighter after the next, it was pretty cool. And the cool thing about Star Wars is whenever you're really a Star Wars nerd, you kind of want to know everything. You don't need to know everything. I don't need to know how a TIE fighter launches, but it was pretty cool. And that's one of the cool things about the entire series is it gives you little things that you didn't think you needed, and it shows you a little peek behind the Star Wars universe. So I didn't need a TIE fighter being launched, but I loved being able to see that mechanism, to tell you the truth.
You're a nerd.
I am a nerd.
You're a nerd. And so they get on board the Star Cruiser, and listen, let's not pull punches here, right? At the end of the day, we know why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Mando finds Moff Gideon with the lightsaber pointed at Yoda, Baby Yoda, right? I'm sorry, I still call him Baby Yoda.
His name is Grogu. He has a name. Say it.
That's Disney's problem. They should have told us the name earlier on. That was probably up until that point. That's probably my favorite scene. That was just fascinating, right? Because I didn't know what was going to happen.
The standoff.
The whole time I'm thinking he's about to kill Baby Yoda. He's about to kill Baby Yoda.
I think he was like waving it over his head.
Even when he essentially turned it off, it was still pointing at Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
It was very similar to that scene in The Force Awakens where Adam Driver puts the lightsaber down. He turns it off.
Yes.
And Solo is standing in front of him.
Yes.
But the whole time you're thinking, all he has to do is turn that lightsaber
just
back on,
ignite
and
that
it's just going to go
and
right.
Grogu
And so
is done.
the whole time I'm thinking, oh, he's going to turn it back on and it's going to go right through him. And that didn't happen, right? For a minute, you actually thought that Moff Gideon was being genuine. Listen, all I want to do is get out of here.
And for a split,
I believed it.
For a split second, and I think that has to do with Giancarlo's acting, but for a split second, and it felt very awkward, I was like, there's no way in hell he's going to let him go. But then I thought, well, maybe he will let him go. He's saying, all I want is his blood. Yeah. I've got his blood. We're good to go. Take him, get off my ship. And then I'm like, it was too easy. It can't go down like that.
I believed it. I thought he was really going to let him go. And then, of course, that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
But it makes sense, right? We had Mando getting, he had a spear that nothing can penetrate.
Yeah.
He has the Darksaber. Of course, we find, his Darksaber can't penetrate Beskar. And so it was going to happen. That showdown was meant to happen. They've been building this up for 2 seasons now.
And I got to tell you, it was really satisfying. I was impressed with Giancarlo. I mean, he's like 63, 64 years old. He looked very convincing whenever he was working with the Darksaber.
Yeah.
The moves, the choreography, I loved it. I'm sure they had some instances where they cut into maybe a stunt double, but for the most part, I mean, you could see his face and everything. I think he did a great job. I love that fight. I think it was well worth it. And again, I could hear some people say, well, it should have went on longer. It could have been more epic, but he's fighting Mandalorian. Like, he's an Imperial. Yeah, you have the Darksaber, but you still got to have some fighting skills.
Yeah. So... So prior to his standoff with Moff Gideon, he gets into this thing with the
The Dark Troopers.
The Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
So he has a standoff with the Dark Trooper, right?
Yeah.
I would think that after that standoff with the Dark Trooper, that I don't know, he got his head banged in like 30 times into the wall, and
thank God for Beskar.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
Yeah, but you would think he would be a little worn down. Like by the time he got he fought Moff Gideon like immediately after.
But he's the hero, Ryan. Heroes don't run out of gas.
In Game of Thrones,
we don't.
Anyways,
what did you think? What did you think about the Dark Troopers? What did you think about his fight? Did you find them imposing? Or
found the Dark Troopers to be very underwhelming.
Underwhelming. Okay.
For something that I don't want to say they built it up, but I mean, they came in, they took Baby Yoda. I maybe they're gonna use him more in later seasons, but for this season, you introduce him in one episode. Actually, you introduce them in 2 episodes, right? They showed the clip of them, and then you actually had them come and get Baby Yoda the next episode. And then in this episode, one of them gets in the fight with Mando, and they're supposed to be these advanced things, and they can't figure out to just take his helmet off. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, and I don't. For me, I don't know how sentient they are, but I can tell you, I was actually on the edge of my seat because I saw how much power just one of them had.
We're very smart.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're meant to be smart. I think they're just a muscle at that point.
I would think that they would be smarter than the clones in Clone Wars.
I don't know.
Like yeah, that was underwhelming to me.
Well, to be fair, they were about to do a lot of damage until somebody showed up to save the day. And all I can tell you, Ryan, is when the chips were down, and when that X-Wing came, a lone X-Wing, we knew exactly what hero was going to come along and save the day the entire time. That's right, Trapper Wolf of the New Republic.
Trapper Wolf.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to say it. Luke shows up.
Oh, Luke who? Is there a guy named Luke in Star Wars?
Well, I'm confused too because I didn't look like Luke to me. So, but from what I'm told, that was Luke Skywalker behind.
This was the best 5 minutes of my life in Star Wars.
You don't believe that?
Since probably 1983, and I wasn't even born.
I don't believe you believe that.
I loved every second of this episode.
Okay, listen. So Luke comes over.
Yeah.
When that's going on, what are you thinking in your mind?
I loved every single part of it. Honestly, Ryan, I was in complete shock. And I know you have a little bit of a different experience, but this is everything I've wanted. I've wanted to see peak Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, actually use his powers, because we went from Return of the Jedi, we're going to start the new Jedi Order, to I'm a grumpy old man, let's drink some weird animal milk and then die in episode 8.
Let me know when it's my turn. let me know when it's my turn. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay. Listen.
Bring me back down to earth.
Okay. I'm going to bring you back down to something. I don't know what it's going to be. Okay, listen. I like The Mandalorian. I like The Mandalorian. I really do. What I liked about the first season of The Mandalorian is it was something different.
Yeah.
It was something different. It was just different, right? Something that we've never really we've never seen anything like this, right? We saw new characters.
Yep.
We saw
new timeline,
new places. We saw everything that's new, right? Perfect. Cool. We saw Moff Gideon. I'm like, okay, we got a new villain.
Yeah.
We got a new villain around.
We got Dark Troopers. Never seen that before.
I'm with it. I was with all of it. Okay. This season comes along. I'm with it. It got me. The Marshal. Okay. Still new stuff. And then we started to see little sprinkles. Right. We saw Bo-Katan, and I was like, you know what? That makes sense. I guess timeline wise. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay, then some more breadcrumbs, right? Then we see Ahsoka. I'm like, okay, all right, tying it to Rebels, Clone Wars. All right, I'm with it. I'm with it. I like Ahsoka. I like Ahsoka. I'm with it.
And it's one of those things where you think, wow, they revealed the biggest Jedi that they could at this time. This show really went all out.
Yeah. Then we go a little bit more.
Boba Fett. Then you've got his epic reveal. We've seen him, but
then we see Boba Fett, right? And I'm like, okay, I didn't ask for Boba Fett, but we got Boba Fett.
And then they give us Bill Burr.
Cool. Up until this point, I was cool with everything, right? And then this episode happened. And it's Luke. And it's R2-D2.
And I'm yet to hear the problem.
I've had enough of Luke. I don't need any more Luke.
Yeah.
I've seen him. 9 movies just wrapped up that all centered around Luke.
But did it though?
Yes.
But was it though?
Yes. Yes. The last movie was called, what was it? The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
Luke Scott.
Sweet redemption.
Disney can't help themselves. They cannot just move forward. Tell an original story. I don't need Luke. I still have new trilogy fatigue. Luke is done to me. Like, be gone. Star Wars is not Luke. Why we have to continue to go back to Luke makes no sense to me. So now everything about the Mandalorian's tied to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Now,
so here's my thing.
No. It is. It's tied. It's tied to, for what? So you can have a photo of Yoda training Luke, and then you can have another photo of Luke holding Grogu.
Yeah, so we can put in the thumbnail of the video.
So you can do a before and after.
Yeah.
I just got 9 movies of Luke.
Fair enough. Good point.
I don't need any more.
Yeah.
The whole time I was watching, I was like, please don't be Luke. Please don't be Luke. Please don't be Luke. And then he takes his hood off, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I guess it kind of resembles Luke because the CGI was terrible.
Suspension of disbelief. We're in a Star Wars.
They tried to make it photorealistic.
The CGI was a little dodgy.
No, it had bullet holes all through it. It's nothing to die. It was terrible.
That's just his face.
Listen, if you have to constantly de-age people, then maybe they don't need to be in the damn movie. Just move on. You did it with Tarkin. You did it with Leia. Now you're doing it with Luke. You already did it with Luke and Leia in the last movie. I'm tired of Star Wars doing this. I'm tired of it. Why is it that they cannot just tell a story without tying it to anything?
So would it change your mind if this is the only thing we get with Luke Skywalker?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because you have now in the back of my mind, I know, okay, now Mando's story is now tied to Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Like, I want its own standalone thing. Why is that so hard? Why is it so hard? This big behind universe, we explore 5% of it.
Yeah.
And now I know
we can only tell so much story.
And now I know, oh yeah, Mando? Oh yeah, Luke stayed right down the street. Yeah, he lived right around.
He was one force call away.
Yeah, he right there. Yeah, he know my mom and them.
I don't even know where to go after this. More Star Wars is always a good thing to me.
I don't have anything else to say. I'm happy that I get a Star Wars break. And, to be honest with you, I'm not excited for the Boba Fett series.
Yeah.
I'm tired of old stories. I want to move the story forward. So I'm really happy that you liked it.
Well, the good thing about Star Wars is it's all about the Force and balance, right? I loved everything about this episode. You liked a little bit of it. You didn't hate it,
really
but you hated
the
elements.
Force balance thing in this?
Yeah, the Force is with all of us.
Well, the Force wasn't with this episode. Okay.
I think the Force rocked out this episode.
I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
Well, it sounds like that is the end of our Mandalorian Season 2 finale review. Because Ryan is done. His Force energy is completely drained. All right, guys. If you liked what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. We will definitely be here for next season for Mando 3. Whether it follows Boba Fett, we have no idea. But leave a comment down and let us know what you thought about this entire season and this episode. And
Thanks,
until
everybody.
then,
Check out
may the
later.
Force be with you.